So this
I'm sorry, you know, but just need to. I just.
oh, sorry. I've learned that in these cases, one has to be for outside very fresh, but for inside very warm.
Right.
With air conditioning.
Yes, with the aircon.
Thank you so much, and I wanted to thank you also for we just got all the papers that you wrote. We got them yesterday night as a start of chat for today. So we're very all the changes, and I think it's actually fun. I'll be here.
Please join all the delegation.
It's a delegation, please.
Please join all the delegation. Kindly join us. No worry about anything. Yes, all
I
delegation.
think we will have to get together and squeeze a bit.
Let's squeeze in more because maybe you can make a second row because otherwise you won't fit in the picture.
One, two, three. Could you please like this, Bapak Ibu?
And it doesn't come here. You have to report. That's another thing you have.
As we are about to begin, kami persilakan untuk bisa kembali menempati ruangan yang telah disediakan dari panitia karena kita akan segera memulai sesi high level dialogue.
Guest, this is head of delegates of authorities, ministry, agencies as a member of task force of eradicating illegal financial activity.
Queen Maxima of the Netherlands, the board of commissioners of the Indonesia Services Authority and
Chief Executive of Market Conduct Supervision, Financial Education, and Consumer Protection of Indonesia Financial Services.
Her Majesty Queen Maxima of Netherlands, thank you very much for your presence today. You see, thousands of people here really looking forward to meet you in person. So give her a big applause for Her Majesty Queen Maxima.
Ya, Bapak Ibu, adik-adikku yang saya cintai, kita sering melihat ya
bagaimana seorang princess, ratu, raja ya, dalam cerita-cerita dongeng. Dan hari ini kita ketemu beliau. Beliau ini nggak cuma cantik, she's not only beautiful and gorgeous, but she has a very good heart and very smart. She is an economist. So it's very heartwarming for me and to be here in one stage with her. And Pak Mahendra, our chairman, is a very our leader in OJK and very good. So thank you, Pak Mahendra, for that. And ladies and gentlemen, so without further ado, we would like to hear her thoughts on the financial health. Maybe one basic question, Your Majesty. We've been understanding about financial literacy, financial inclusion, but now you have a new thought about financial health. How did you move from financial literacy, financial inclusion to the financial health that can, propose to everyone in the world and really change the way our thinking, our thought, our behavior toward financial well-being in the world? So please explain to us. So please give her a big applause.
Indonesia and be able to address all of you on this issue of financial health, and that's something that actually is important for all of us, for me, for you, Indonesians, Dutch people, American people, globally. This is an important issue, not only in Indonesia. So why did I went from financial inclusion to financial health? Actually, I'm going to start the story the other way around. In 2007, we were talking about microcredit, and one of the issues we realized is that people did not only needed credit, they also need savings to save for that rainy day, to save for maybe that car, that motorcycle you want to buy, to actually pay for your children's education. But if we didn't have bank accounts, we couldn't actually help people save. So that's when financial inclusion, more than 15 years ago, was born. And the necessity to actually give every person in the world a bank account. And what did actually happen? Well, actually, when I started, it was less than 50% of the population had a bank account. And now more than 80% of the world population has a bank account. But having a bank account in itself does not mean that you become better by it. It's a means to an end. It's not an end in itself. And that's why now I'm changing to financial health, because now I really have to think, once you do have the access, how do we help people use that access to improve their lives? To help them manage day to day, you get an income every time and then you have all these expenses. And you have so many things you would like to buy. So how do you prioritize that? How can we actually help you budget and make the right decisions? How can we also help you, for example, in the long term save? You want to buy a house. Do we actually help you give your mortgage? Do we actually help you give you the right credit to actually invest long term a big machine in your little firm? Do we actually help you make that expense for the next school fees that is actually coming, or buy that book that you want to give your children for your school's expenses? So how do we help you for the long term? You are all getting old. We too are also getting old, and we also have to realize that we're gonna have to stop working. And then what about your pensions, your retirements? Do we save for that? And also this issue about resilience, we call it in English, but it's about how do you confront shocks. Say you get sick, you don't have income for some months, maybe too much rain, too little rain, maybe you have an accident in your motorcycle. How do you cover those shocks? And then you need that enterprise, to keep on going even if your motorcycle is not there anymore. What about insurance? Are we offering you the right insurance? So insurance plays a big role. So life insurance, it could also be, health insurance, and it also is about an emergency fund. That little fund you actually have in case something really goes wrong. instead of actually going to a moneylender with high interest rates that actually you would actually lead into more and more, credits and much more stress. And of course, it's your own confidence of being able to manage that day to day, so that you don't have sleepless nights. Yesterday, the day 2 days ago, I was in Solo, and I was asking some families, what keeps you awake at night? And this lady said to me, Madam, that unexpected cost from the school for a field trip, that maybe I cannot pay it, or those school books, even though the school is actually for free. So how can we help her do that little savings for her when those school trips actually come? She knows she can pay for it, because it is the future of your children. So that is why we have to focus on financial health.
Ready? Và đúng teman-teman media boleh untuk
in Holland with Indonesian descent.
Yes, I understand, 20%.
Yes, it's a big number. It's a big number, and we eat Indonesian food. We, it's such a big part of our daily life.
Details. But I think now it is time to now look into the why of financial inclusion. We give something account is, we want them to have a better life today and tomorrow, or not to get into trouble. So I think that's the idea behind financial health. I think we should take the definition of it, and unfortunately, which is the difficult look about financial innovation. The same goes with long-term savings, wealth creation, being able to get into the money market. We were just talking about Bank of Indonesia as well today. So I think these issues are extremely important. But now, what is the best basis to achieve this? One of the things is finalizing the financial inclusion journey, which is we just talked about digitizing all government and people payments, and the beneficiaries can actually choose their own bank and not be open yet another bank account, because sometimes people have like 3 bank accounts nowadays. It's very difficult for them to manage their money that way. And the possibility for these beneficiaries to actually save money from that subsidies.
Because sometimes the need is pressing, but it's not enough that month. Redo your roof, build another room for your third or fourth child. These things need more, and people need to save. Saving is so important, right? The other issue is to finalize and really accelerate all the digital ID, the IKB rollout. We need that. We need for fraud, we need it to know your customer issues, we need to be able for people to open an account easily, and also to do the following, which is to develop open finance. Data, there's so much data that is being unleashed through all digitization. But now today it's all in silos. The payments are one, the platforms are other sources of data, the credit reporting are other sources of data, and nobody talks to each other. And it becomes very cumbersome and very risky to give certain people, the right product. If, for example, if I know that in another bank, that person would actually have a lot of savings, or is doing a lot of transactions, I could easily give them a good credit for them to have another, machine to do more with it. So these issues are not possible right now. So we need to have this really open finance and open data framework. Just as the National Council for Financial Health should be erected, this open data effort has to be a national issue that should be transcending all of the departments and private sector. So there's enough models of this issue to ground. I think the Brazilian example is a wonderful example you can follow, and we would be very, very glad with all the partners to help develop it. And what are the laws that to be as basis? What is the infrastructure needed? What is the pricing structures of the data that we need to have for it to work? So, and the consent agreement. So there's enough examples, and we would love, because that would be your next step. And then the other issues is in a lot of these very distant places, even for those cooperatives that you're planning to start in very rural areas, sometimes the connectivity on the mobile phones is still not there. So we need to have connectivity in these places. For us to make use of the data, make use of insurance, and even for those small cooperatives. Because those small cooperatives, we need to digitize as well. And we cannot have them siloed. They have to be part of the whole financial system. So, like I said, I try to put it all in one piece of paper for you to not to make your own notes and to make it all easier. And whatever we can help, we are always here. Thank you very much.
Your Majesty, Queen Maxima of the Netherlands. Once again, I would like to welcome you to Indonesia and to express our deep appreciation for your visit here in your role as the United Nations Secretary General Special Advocate for Financial Health. In the few moments that we spent in silence. My office, I learned a lot about financial health. Maybe to be very frank, the first time I begin to understand the concept of financial health. So thank you for giving me a super fast course. But now you have sparked my realization that is a base. This is from north coast of Java. North coast of Java. This is for batik silk.
Too many presents.
Not every day you come. This is from Sulawesi.
Very good.
Thank you.
So, I gave you pictures
Thank you.
of myself.
Thank you very much.
But this is for Bobby.
Ah!
This is for Bobby and
Thank
this is
you.
Angel.
He's the most spoiled.
Yeah, so this is for Bobby for him. I'm and this is
with the orange.
with the orange, exactly. You know?
Jersey.
Jersey. And this is an amazing photographer that did has been photographs in long clothing,
Wow.
but it has a lot of Indonesian influence. So I think that's what you see.
Thank you very much.
And it's
Thank you.
really very nice.
Thank you.
It's a very
This has been the part of a whole series of meetings today. I'm really grateful and appreciate.